Today, I'm sitting down for a conversation with Scott Holzman. He's the executive director of Chase Public, a collaborative space for art and assembly in Cincinnati. Welcome, Scott.
Pleasure to be here.
So, Scott, tell me, what is Chase Public?
As you mentioned, Chase Public is a space for art and assembly in Northside, and we kind of exist mostly in two ways. One as a performance venue, and another as a public collaborative writing project called Short Order Poetry.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what inspired you to kind of want to set up a public space for art makers? Well, why did you see a need for it?
It really seemed necessary to devote some organizational muscle to providing an infrastructure for performers and creative people to exist outside of kind of the more commercialized venues. That Chase Public as a performance spot doesn't exist to sell beer. It exists really to support performers and to give audience members a chance to have a really kind of intimate, dedicated art experience.
Okay, so in that dedicated art experience, you there's a lot of things that happen with collaborative writing. Can you kind of explain to our audience what collaborative writing is?
Yeah, collaborative writing has been a really steady kind of constant train through a lot of what we've done. Whether we realized it or not, there was always kind of this backbone of getting people together to think about words and how they can fit together. One of the biggest projects that we did in collaboration with Artworks and two artists from Lexington, Kentucky, Kurt Goda and Kremena Todorova, was this project called the Cincinnati Tattoo Project, where we went out and wrote individual poems with 1,000 people-ish from Cincinnati, understanding what they liked about the city, why it felt like home to them, maybe what they didn't like, what some of the challenges they were experiencing there were. And we tried to really genuinely reflect back their experiences with poetry. And then a group of about 60 people took all of those poems, kind of chopped them up, found the important themes and lines, and slowly over the course of about a year and a half, we merged it into one poem, which was then tattooed on 263 people and became 50 public art installations through Artworks.
Oh, wow. I mean, this sounds like it's more than just collaborative writing. It sounds like you're really engaging the audience and the community in a completely different art making way. Was that the intention of Chase Public's goal and mission?
Yeah, it's fortunately a thing that's really kind of popular right now to talk about art's role in empathy. But our real drive is to help develop community empathy through creative practice. And we view this collaborative writing project as one of the finest ways to pursue that goal.
So, short order poetry is really a unique concept, which I'm really excited about. And what you're going to do is you're going to take something, ask me a few questions. You're going to create a work on the show. So what are the questions you're going to ask me in order to create this poem?
Well, the first one that I always usually like to ask, and actually let me grab my notepad here, is what would you like to have a poem written about?
Well, I would like to have a poem written about love at the crossroads.
Okay. What does that phrase mean to you?
It's usually at a place where you're making a decision to go forwards, backwards, away, towards. This kind of notion that the love is not static. Mm-hmm. That it's a journey, it's a process. There's an evolution to it. Yeah.
This is going to be an incredibly difficult question to answer. But when you talk about the love, what do you think that is? What do you think love means?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, love it's pretty much being present. Mm-hmm. It's about the notion that you are. It's all inclusive. It's everything about you. It's your spirit. It's your physicality. It's your intellectual content. It's it's an amalgamation of so many things.
Have you felt this love at the crossroads recently? Is this topical?
Yeah, it's topical. Yeah.
You don't need to give me more detail than you'd like, but what's bringing that to the front of your mind?
It's just the fact that, when you're getting to, I'm an artist as well. So this whole notion that creating art and sharing that creative process with someone and having done so for 26 years has been pretty cool. So I kind of, the realization that it's all combined, it's a parallel track, it's intertwined. I can't escape creative art making and personally being in love. So, yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else that you think that I need to know to be able to write a poem about this idea of a full body, spirit, soul idea of love being at the crossroads? Is there anything else I need to know?
I would say the biggest thing, it's got to be visceral.
Okay.
Got to be visceral.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite words in the world.
All right.
Well,
Give me about 15 minutes and I'll have it ready.
I love it. 15 minutes of creating art. That's great. So, Scott, thanks for coming and telling us about Chase Public. So now Scott is going to create this short order poem for us. We'll come back later in the show to hear it.
All right. Here's your poem.
Thanks, Scott. It's pretty awesome to get a poem for Rodney. When reaching a crossroads, you arrive at unknown territory in every direction except for the one that's behind you. Love is a mobile thing that does not live in retreat or rewind. Nostalgia entwines itself with visceral presence. To be full self is to be now, staring down every avenue of potential. It is to be moving, running parallel, and appreciating intersection. And past is the past, and that's important. But the future is always will be. Here. A heart is a place where industry changes but doesn't depart, and art shows itself to be everything. All directions are right, with spirit full, nothing is left behind. Thanks, Scott. This is pretty cool.
My pleasure. I'm glad you like it.
I love it, love it.